Got a fantastic first week. Obviously, we play Spurs and then the Europa League and then Chelsea. So a fabulous week for us to look forward to. We're in good shape.
You've obviously been boasted by a new signing, Vernon and Neated. So man, you've had in your targets for some time. How pleasing was it to eventually get him through the door?
Well, it was pleasing. I mean, obviously Ajax are a fantastic club, and you know, to take a player out there is difficult, especially one of their better players. So I thank Mike and the board for getting that over the line, because we needed an extra player, and we might need another one yet, but for sure that's strengthened us.
Is he a player that gives you a number of options because of his versatility?
Yeah, I think so, but I think primarily we lost Danny Guthrie on a free transfer, and you know, at this level you need 3 top-class central midfield players, which we now have. So that's mainly where he'll play.
One over the line. Would you hope to see more before we close the transfer window? Well,
I wouldn't mind it closing now. I'll be quite happy. Keep all my players, and but if we manage to add another one, that would be the icing on the cake. Really, we've brought in some good young players. We're stronger underneath, and we start the under-21 league this weekend, so that'd be interesting for all the Premier League clubs. We got a strong side out, and that'd be a good experience for them too.
How important was that point you made there, that you haven't lost any players? How key is that to your planning and preparation? Well,
I think it is key to a club like ours, where we're vulnerable to the Champions League clubs and the salaries and the fees that they can pay. But you know, as I've said all along at this football club, you know, Mike Ashley and the board here don't sell cheap. So you know, they'd have to come and pay us a hell of a lot of money to take one of our players.
Just on that point, we've seen one of the clubs that we're chasing for a Champions League place, Arsenal, sell Robin Van Persie to a very close rival. Does that surprise you for a team in their situation?
Well, I think sometimes the players have some power. And with a year left on his contract, it seemed that that's where he wanted to go. So I guess it made sense for everybody to make a deal. It strengthens Man United's hands for sure. I'm sure Alex is very pleased, because he's obviously a great player.
And finally, for me this weekend, there's the launch of the Premier League around the world. As you know, a lot of former managers going out to sell the global brand. How big do you think it actually is, or is going to be, in the future of the Premier League?
Well, it just keeps growing, and the Barclays Premier League is, without a doubt, the most competitive league in the world, and I think the best entertainment. And we need to make sure, and we can only do our bit here, to make sure that we bring a brand of football that's exciting and that our public will love, and hopefully gain some friends worldwide, which would be nice.
We've been out asking fans what they want to ask you, and you've answered a couple of the questions already, but one of the questions was, with Europe obviously, how well do you think you can do in the league this year? Can you match last season's position?
Well, I think it's going to be very much how we progress in the Europa League. We've still got to qualify. So we get through those 2 games, and then we'll have to look at the games and how we're going to schedule them. Without doubt, I can tell you this now, that the Premier League will come first, for sure. We want to try and push from where we were last year, pushing those Champions League teams. We were the closest to them, and you know, we're going to try and narrow that gap if we can.